We are back. Flower pot part 2, DIY homemade. If you last remember, we were doing the pot stands. So here's the results. This one is actually came out nice. Then we have this one. I don't know. Hey, let me put it this way. Yeah, it doesn't look good at all. So we have 3 legs. Yeah, we have 3 legs. This is how they look total, right? So now, what are we going to do in part 2? So in part 2, we are going to use the very same bucket, the bigger one, but now we are going to introduce the small one. The small one, we are going to fill it with soil. It's going to be a hollow center when we take it out before we start putting in cement. We are going to mix cement. So technically we are building an outer shell right now that's going to hold these legs, and we are going to use again wire to strengthen the cement, and we're going to use dry soil until we get the shape that you want. The purpose of the soil is to actually create a shell for the design when we are pouring cement. So let's do it. Second step, you're gonna fill the small bucket with soil, compact it, and then tip it over to the white soil. Of course, be careful so that the soil cannot fall inside. So I would advise you to floor the bucket, then for it to be up horizontal, and then slide the small one in, and then make it vertical, meaning that you make it straight. From this, you make it straight after putting the small bucket inside, and then you just do a gentle tap and gently remove the small bucket inside the bigger bucket. It will give you a structure of the soil where you now need to be aware where to put in the cement, right? And then you're gonna cut wire. So the wire, you cut it into circles, and then you just gently bend into a perfect circle. Of course, I will explain to you why in a minute, right? As soon as you get the perfect circle like this, you're gonna use a wire string, a small one, to tie it so that it cannot be open like this, right? Of course, you need to get the correct size of the string. And here you go. You do the second one the same way, right? Until you get a perfect circle. So third phase, we are almost finished now with the top part of the pot. We did put cement, we did put the wires that we made in circles, 2 of them, so that the pot is, we are actually building the pot now, right? We are going to fill it so that the soil cannot be seen. I stick a hole because that hole is going to be our drainage. When the pot is full, at least it can drain excessive water, right? And then we are going to insert our legs, right? We are going to insert our legs. We're gonna top it up with soil again, and then we're gonna make the base. So we are 50% almost done. Let's keep going. So if you see me sweaty, just know that I tried my level best to make sure this video is short than it can be. Part 4, the final product, right? So we did the pot, right? We put in the legs, and then we added sand, dry sand that's not mixed. Why? It's because that's where the water will be draining, right? And then we added more cement. Adding more cement, I added more wire so that the base can actually be strong than for it to break apart or whatsoever, for in case. And then we made sure the bucket is full with cement. So this is part 2 of the video. By the look of things, it's going to be a 3-part series. The 3-part is where now we're doing the reveal, right? As you can, and as you last saw, the legs were not the same height. Some were looking on some top of suspicious way, but it's fine. We are done mixing. So today we were just mixing sand and cement, putting things together. Now we are going to wait for the final part, which now we need sun for it to dry, and then but we're going to do the reveal, which means it's going to be part 3. Thank you.